Welcome to In the Word as we travel through the Bible together this year. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. I love that promise. As we look at the creation story, as we look at the narrative of Genesis, we see that God designs us for a relationship with himself, that he pursues us even when we run away from him. We find the fall where Adam and Eve choose to walk away from God, and yet God never leaves them behind. Now we see humanity rapidly running away from God, violence filling the earth, sin causing destruction and havoc everywhere. And yet in the midst of that, we find these encouraging words. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. In the midst of your daily lives, I hope that you have experienced this grace. All the way through the stories of the Old Testament, sometimes it's seeming to portray a God who is maybe out to get us. And yet if we look closely, we see that all the way through, there is a God who is pursuing us, a God who is reaching out with arms thrown wide open with love. We see here God bringing grace. Not just to Noah, not just to Noah's family, but for 120 years, Noah is called to preach a message of grace to the people of this earth, a message of salvation, a message of hope from a God who is pursuing them, wanting to remain in relationship with them. And then we come down to verse 8, the flood has come and the earth has been washed clean, and it says, but God remembered Noah. Not just Noah, though. It says, God remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the cattle that were with him in the ark. And God comes and meets with mankind. He meets with all of creation that he created once again. This year, I hope that you are experiencing that God, the God of grace, the God who never forgets you, the God who remembers you today and tomorrow and will never forget you. I hope that's your experience, and you get to experience that kind of grace and that kind of God this year.